This is Nimasa This Week, the authorized voice for the maritime sector. Hello and welcome. My name is Iretiola Doyle. Now, in a landmark ruling, Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company was instructed by the House Committee on Environment to pay $11.5 billion in fines and compensation to the victims of the Bonga oil spill, which occurred in December of 2011. As the main administrator of our maritime domain, Nimasa was present at the public hearing and presented its investigation to the House Committee. They were led by the Director General himself, Mr. Ziakede Patrick Akpobulukemi. It is also worthy of note that Nimasa played a major role in arriving at the figure to be paid to the affected communities in compensation. Our field correspondent, Amanda Akban, presents the report from our studios.
The House Committee on Environment has directed Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company (SNEPCO) to pay $11.5 billion, about 1.84 trillion naira, as fines and compensation for the December 2011 Bonga oil spill, which affected two states in the Niger Delta. This order was given at the public hearing organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Environment. The committee was led by Mrs. Linda Ekwenife, who is the chairman of the committee, and she spoke on the need for the hearing.
The committee had set up an ad hoc committee to meet with different stakeholders with a view to resolving all the contentious issues. The ad hoc committee could, however, not make any headway due to SNEPCO's absence at the meeting that was convened by the ad hoc committee established by the main committee of environment. The purpose of today's meeting, of course, is to get an update on the current status of the Bonga oil spill, as well as issues concerning payment of compensation and also the administrative fee as fined by the two agencies.
At the public hearing, the Director General of Nimasa, Ziakede Patrick Akpobulukemi, told the committee that a total of $6.5 billion, about 1.04 trillion, was calculated by the agency as compensation to be paid by Shell to the communities affected by the spill.
This spill actually occurred December 2011. We were informed. We collaborated with NOSRA, and we made attempts to engage SNEPCO for necessary actions, particularly collection of samples, working with the communities in order to ameliorate their sufferings, and the use of dispersants to clear the environment. We made presentations before this honorary committee and asked SNEPCO to pay compensation, ours is not administrative fee, to pay compensation to the communities, totaling $6.5 billion.
His NOSRA counterpart, Sir Peter Idabo, also added that $5 billion should be paid to the affected by the spill as damages.
An offloading facility known as the Bonga, which is situated deep offshore. The spill was caused by a hose failure in SNEPCO's export terminal. The National Oil Spill Contingency Plan was successfully activated by the agency. In order to curtail the spread of the spilled oil, the agency gave express approval to SNEPCO to use approved dispersants on the 20th of December 2011. The estimated quantity of spilled oil was 40,000 barrels. And that was confirmed by the MD of Shell. The committee may further note that both NOSDA and Nimasa did recommend before this honorable committee a penalty of $15 billion, $5 billion, and $6.5 billion, respectively, to take care of the damage to the marine environment. But up till now, it is nowhere in any record that SNEPCO paid any money, either in terms of relief or to the central government, to these coastal communities within the area of impact.
The Nimasa boss hinted the House of the agency's quick response in providing relief materials to the affected communities as part of the stopgap measures. He then advised Shell to live up to its responsibilities and pay compensations to the affected communities.
We will use this opportunity to correct the rights that have been done to the Nigerian environment. We stand by our arguments that compensation must be paid to the community. What we expect SNEPCO to do is to come to the table and negotiate on modalities of payments so that the communities can go back to their natural heritage, the ecosystem can be restored.
Speaking in the same voice, a member of the committee expressed anger at the management of Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company, SNEPCO, for the neglect to a sensitive issue as the Bonga oil spill.
There was need for us to get the communities aggregated properly. And even if they are properly aggregated, that we are in court, and as such, we cannot talk about compensation. While people are dying, while the communities are bastardized, the shorelines, the ecosystem, everything is being destroyed. And you are aware of it. I find it very sad that you're talking to us as head of SNEPCO and as a Nigerian. I wonder if you're working in the US, and it has occurred in the US, if you will be telling them that one, the court never got to the church, and that even if it got to the church, the communities are not properly aggregated. And even if you are properly aggregated, people are in court and associated are going to pay, so people should continue to die. The means of livelihood of people are being deprived, and you are aware of it. Nobody cares. No palliative measures to even take care of the victims.
The Bonga oil spill occurred in December 2011, affecting communities spread between Warri North, Warri Southwest and Burutu local government councils of Delta State. Other communities affected are Ekweremo, Southern Ijo and Brass local governments of Bayelsa State. Representatives of the affected communities were also present at the sitting.
Nimasa, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. For Obonga shipping registration, no. Nimasa, commercial shipping, no. Nimasa, maritime labor,
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, the nation's maritime watchdog, established to promote maritime safety, security, commercial shipping, and regulate maritime pollution. Nimasa is well positioned and committed to take the development and standardization of Nigeria's maritime industry to greater heights. Are you interested in the local or international commercial shipping business or in seafaring and do not know what to do or how to go about it? Nimasa will guide and see you through. Sea pirates, oil thieves, and all forms of dubious and illegal business on Nigeria's maritime domain have no hiding place, because Nimasa's eagle eyes will locate or catch up with you. For Nimasa, it is zero tolerance to sea pollution, as all abandoned ships and wrecks on Nigeria's waterways which pose danger to sea transportation will be cleared. Nimasa, promoting safe and secure maritime environment.
As we have shown over the course of this program, Nimasa is deeply concerned with the development of human capacity within the maritime industry. And to help achieve this objective, the Maritime Regulatory Body has established the Nimasa Science and Technical College, Okoloba, as well as the Nigerian Maritime University, Okirinkoko. The Director General of Nimasa, Mr. Ziakede Patrick Akpobolokeme, recently embarked on an evaluation visit to the institutions and seized that opportunity to educate the elders and youths of both communities on their significance. Our field correspondent, Chukwudi Ogana, presents his report.
The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, Mr. Ziakede Patrick Akpobolokeme, recently visited the Nimasa Science and Technical College in Okoloba for an on-the-spot assessment of the progress of the school, which has commenced academic activities at a temporary site. The Director General, who inspected the school's classrooms, administrative building and the hostels, also spoke with the students, inquiring on their welfare, living and studying conditions generally. Mr. Akpobolokeme, who admonished the students to desist from engaging in vices that could be inimical to their development, challenged the students to be good ambassadors of the college and to strive for academic excellence in order to contribute their quota to the development of the country. He assured the students of the commitment of the agency to their welfare and promised that a permanent site will be speedily developed to create a more conducive environment for learning.
So you are here for academic work. There are two things you are required to achieve. Open this school to mold your characters. The second reason why the school is open is to make sure that you acquire the necessary skills, certificates and training so that you can also come out from here and help this country to grow. Are you understanding? Yes. In this school, there's nothing like cult or secret society or anything that is against our laws. You know our laws in this country. Yes. You are not expected to go out of this place without permission from whoever that is in charge.
The excited students took turns to express their gratitude to Nimasa for establishing the college and to the DG in particular for finding time to visit them and to check up on their welfare.
Thank you for everything. Thank you in the feeding, the clothing, everything. As you can see, I'm putting all the dormitory wears. In the school, they have so much good facilities. Even in the house, what we use it, including the toilet, everything. Thank you very much, sir.
On behalf of the students, I'm here to thank the management of this great institution for granting us the opportunities to be part of the body of this institution. I will promise you that we will not let you down, will not bring any disgrace or any misfortune to the government.
The Director General had earlier met with the community leaders and youths of Okoloba and Okerenkoko in continuation of an environmental impact assessment (EIA) to educate the communities on the significance of the Nigerian Maritime University Okerenkoko being established in the community and the Nimasa Science and Technical College in Okoloba. The aim was to get the communities to embrace the projects and cooperate with the contractors for a hitch-free project execution.
It's a familiarization tour and also an interactive session between the community, consultants, the contractors, on what is expected, the responsibilities that are expected from the different stakeholders in this project, and we want to commence construction work. So there is need for us to get an engagement like this so that the enabling environment can be created for expedited action.
Dr. Felicia Mogo, an assistant director in the Maritime Environment Management Department, further explains the importance of the EIA.
We started this project by conducting an environmental impact assessment to know the impact the project, though a very nice project, it may have some negative impacts eventually. Social impact, economic or environmental impact. So to know what the future impact may be, we conducted this study. We used qualified environmental consultant to achieve it. And what you're seeing now is a fallout kind of the study. Because in the social aspect of it, you must liaise with the community people. You are bringing a good project to their area, yes, but you have to also let their social status match the project you are bringing in.
In their separate comments, the chairman of Okoloba community and the women leader both expressed gratitude to Nimasa for citing such a laudable project and assured of the community's commitment in supporting the execution of the projects from start to finish.
MS Allure of the Seas is the largest cruise ship in the world. The vessel is owned by Royal Caribbean International, the organization that also owns and operates the passenger ship Oasis of the Seas, which before now was the largest cruise ship ever built. The vessel is a floating city that towers 16 stories high. She is 5 times bigger than the Titanic and almost equal in size to 3 football pitches. This superstructure is 1,187 feet long and 208 feet wide at the highest point. She towers 213 feet above sea level. In all, the allure of the seas is 225,282 gross registered tons. Inside, she can host up to 6,300 guests who are served by an army of 2,400 crew members. MS Allure of the Seas was constructed at STX Europe's Turquoise shipyard for an investment of $1.2 billion. Construction work started in December 2008 and she embarked on a maiden voyage in December 2010. During the construction stage, prefabricated sections of the ship were moved into position like a giant puzzle pieces, and with incredible precision and accuracy, each piece was welded into place. The Allure is powered by 6 diesel engines which are coupled into special propellers that enable a full 360 degrees rotation, giving the ship remarkable maneuverability and seaworthiness. Indeed a destination on itself, with a unique neighborhood concept divided into 7 distinct districts, she boasts of a central park, boardwalk, royal promenade, a pool, sports zone, sea spa, a fitness center, youth zone, and of course an entertainment place. The Central Park is Allure's unique park at sea, complete with open skies, living tropical plants, and 56 trees spanning the length of a football pitch. The ship features a 2-deck dance hall, a theater with 1,380 seats, an ice skating ring, 4 pools, 10 whirlpools, 2 of them cantilevered whirlpool overlooking the ocean, zip line, 9 decks in the air and 82 feet across, 2 flow rider surf simulators, 2 rock climbing walls each 43 feet high, a full-size basketball court, casino royale, mini golf course, 3D movie theater, full Broadway shows, complimentary aqua theater shows, ice shows, and other live entertainments. Family-friendly activities including games, contests, enrichment classes and lectures, bars, lounges, karaoke bar, comedy club, nightclubs with live jazz club are also available on board the cruise ship. Allure of the Seas, in partnership with DreamWorks Studios, creates memorable moments for kids to dine, parade, and interact with their favorite cartoon characters. The Allure is not only the largest cruise ship ever built, but also a 5-star floating resort on the move.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, is to embark on satellite coverage of Nigeria's maritime domain. As part of her priorities, they will also educate the public on domain awareness. The Director of Shipping Development at Nimasa, Waridi Eniso, made this known during an interview with our lead consultant, Mr. Patrick Doyle.
To talk to me about various aspects of his department's functions is the Director of Shipping Development at Nimasa. He's none other than Captain Waridi Enisu. You're not so much a visitor anymore to Nimasa this week, are you?
No, not at all. That is very correct.
Yes, sir. Now, what aspects of your department's functions are you going to be prioritizing this year?
Thank you very much. This year we're looking at enhancing and also having a very, very good hold on our maritime domain awareness, and also the maritime security aspect of the agency. Those are the 2 main areas we're going to focus on.
When you say maritime domain awareness, explain to me what exactly that means. I understand security, but domain awareness?
Well, any country that is not aware of what is in its domain has definitely lost track of its resources. And what I mean by domain awareness this time is that we should be capable of accounting for every ship movement, whether local or international, happening inside of Nigerian waters. That is our major objective this year, because it is tied to quite a lot of things. Number one, the more ships you can account for, the more revenue the country will be able to have. And also, in the process of accounting for all of these ships, you can also now pinpoint them and kind of like, be able to assist their security situation. If, for example, they come under need of help or in a search and rescue situation or whatever. So many things can happen. But once you are aware of what is happening there, you can also, your response time of sending somebody else out there to go and help becomes shorter. And so your safety is improved. So you can see it's tied to quite a lot of things.
Now, a little bird told me something about satellite coverage of the Nigerian maritime domain. You care to expatiate a little bit on what that's all about?
Okay. We decided to go satellite because everyone who's been on an aeroplane before will suddenly realize that the higher you go, the more you can see. So in other words, your field of view is very, very wide from a certain height, and it is directly proportional to the height until you can't see anymore anyway. But however, with satellites, because of their height, they can see more than having a boat on the ground. And they can also help us operate more efficiently. Now, Nigeria is approximately 7 degrees wide, if I am not mistaken. And the world rotates at 15 degrees an hour. So Nigeria, in time, is 30 minutes wide. So, and every satellite, low Earth orbiting satellite, put it this way, that goes from the north to the south and then comes over, it's got a view over the area it flies over. And as it flies over a certain sector, those that we're going to subscribe to will be able to give us snapshots of what is happening in our very sensitive areas. And we can then process those images in addition to those information we're going to get from the ship's AIS. And for now, we have, at the moment, got the Nigerian exclusive economic zone, split into a couple of pictorial areas. However, we have categorized the ships to cooperating, non-cooperating, semi-cooperating. What I mean by cooperating ships are those ships that keep the AIS on as far as the IMO regulations go. The semi-cooperating ones are the ones who keep the AIS on, but every now and then they switch it off for private information purposes, because maybe for security or whatever. The non-cooperating ones are those who deliberately switch off their AIS for the purpose of coming into our waters to carry out nefarious activities. And the satellite systems, in addition to the radars we are building, will filter out these ships information which we're going to share with our armed forces. As you know, we have a very robust MOU with our armed forces, so that proper and effective interdiction of such personnel can take place.
Well, Captain Waridi, once again, thank you very much for obliging us and giving us a thorough education on the functions of the department.
Nimasa, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. For Ogbonge shipping registration, no. Nimasa, commercial shipping, no. Nimasa, maritime labor,
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, the nation's maritime watchdog, established to promote maritime safety, security, commercial shipping, and regulate maritime pollution. Nimasa is well positioned and committed to take the development and standardization of Nigeria's maritime industry to greater heights. Are you interested in the local or international commercial shipping business, or in seafaring and do not know what to do or how to go about it? Nimasa will guide and see you through. Sea pirates, oil thieves, and all forms of dubious and illegal business on Nigeria's dangerous maritime domain have no hiding place because Nimasa's eagle eyes will locate or catch up with you. For Nimasa, it is zero tolerance to sea pollution as all abandoned ships and wrecks on Nigeria's waterways which pose danger to sea transportation will be cleared. Nimasa, promoting safe and secure maritime environment.
And so we come to the end of this week's edition. As always, we hope we kept you educated and informed. Now, please don't forget, Nimasa this week is an interactive show. We want to respond to your questions, your queries, and even your criticisms. All you need to do is send an email to the address currently showing on your screen. I'm going to be here same time, same station next week. Until then, I'm wishing you smooth sailing and bon voyage.